Hey guys, my name is Charlotte, and I decided to do an Accutane diary. I watched so many on YouTube when I was trying to decide if Accutane was a good treatment for me, and it really helped me decide to do it. I saw a lot of videos of people who, had a very easy journey. As soon as they started, their skin got better and only got clearer from there. I watched some people who, whose faces erupted when they started Accutane and then went down as the treatment continued. I watched a lot, so I'm, pretty aware of the possibilities and what could happen to my skin, during the process of Accutane, and I'm at this point completely fine with whatever because I've tried everything. And I think that's really important before you do Accutane, is to try almost everything else in the book, because you don't want to put yourself on this if you don't need it. And I haven't started yet, so I can't really, express my experience, which I will be able to eventually as my videos continue. But I have a lot of friends who did it, and their skin looks amazing now, but they said that it was a very long journey and, a painful one, blah blah blah. So before you decide to embark on Accutane, make sure you talk with your dermatologist and see if there's anything else you can do. I tried pretty much everything there is. I did Skin ID, I tried Proactive for a bit, I have some of the other stuff, I have Clearasil, didn't help, I had the Clean and Clear, the top of it broke, whatever. Morning Burst, didn't work. I did the all-in-one acne control, didn't work. Then I did this, the Clean and Clear Advantage, which was 5% benzoyl peroxide, didn't work. And then I don't know who it wasn't my dermatologist, I think I was talking to one of my friends, and he told me that he uses 10% benzoyl peroxide, and he uses this. And I found that this one worked the best. 10% benzoyl peroxide is very strong. And I know that you can't use this when you're on Accutane because it will really make your skin very dry and sensitive, and will be really bad. So I know that I can't use it, but for people who aren't on Accutane, who don't want to use Accutane, or who don't need Accutane, and you want to get rid of acne, 10% benzoyl peroxide is amazing. I definitely recommend it. It helped so much on my face, but it just wasn't good enough. So after I tried this, the bottle is pretty much empty. I went back to my dermatologist, and I just said, listen, I've tried everything, nothing is working. So he said, okay, so now I think we can discuss Accutane. And originally, I wanted nothing to do with Accutane because I was watching my friend go through it, and it looked really rough. And I watched her skin, she would just, she'd itch her arm and it would just, it was flakes everywhere. It was really intense. And, I never thought I had that bad of acne. I knew it was bad, but it really didn't get horrible until my freshman year of college. And I found that, every morning I would wake up with more and more acne, with more and more redness, and it was a mess. And at first I thought it was the stress. So I said, okay, I'll wait another 3 weeks. I'll wait 3 weeks into the school year and see, when I start to get used to my routine at school, see if it goes down. It didn't go down, so it wasn't stress. Then I thought, well, maybe it's the water in the shower. So I would just scrub really hard. I used this, and I would just scrub my face for 5 minutes to try to just clear it. Didn't work. So I had to, pretty much put up with it because I didn't want to do Accutane while I was at school, because I know you need to have a doctor's appointment once a month, that I didn't have the flexibility to be home once a month. So I just had to wait. So my mom took me to a dermatologist who does microdermabrasions. And I thought, well, maybe it's dead skin because I'm a swimmer, and my skin gets very dry. Because of the chlorine. So my mom took me to this woman, and a microdermabrasion is basically a dermatologist who uses a utensil to get all the dead skin off. So I did that 5 or 6 times, and it didn't work. so it wasn't that. When I got home for summer, I went straight to my dermatologist and I said, I need Accutane, and he said, okay, well, now that you've tried everything, we can finally discuss it. So I was really, really grateful for that. And, you know, I didn't realize that it was going to be such a process to get it. I mean, I had to take a pregnancy test, I had to sign the I pledge stuff, and it's all about the fact that you cannot get pregnant because it is so fatal to the baby, and you know, it's really important that you don't get pregnant. So typically you have to be on 2 different forms of birth control if you're going to have sex. You know, so I didn't realize it was going to be this much of a commitment, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm, you know, grateful to get the drug, so I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. I'll show you my acne now, I guess. That would be a good time. So, as you can see, I have, you know, some acne on my chest. It's pretty good. There's only one little blotch, but you can see on my chin, I have like a lot of acne that's under the skin, and then a lot that's on the surface as well, and then I picked at some. It's just a mess, and when I put pressure on it, it hurts so much. And then on my forehead, you can't really tell, but I have a lot of bumps underneath the skin, and fortunately for me, you know, I don't have a lot on my cheeks. It's just really on my chin and on my forehead, and my forehead it looks actually really good right now. But my chin is really the big problem, and it's just a mess, and it's really painful, and every morning I wake up with new whiteheads, and it's so hard not to pop. All I want to do is touch my face, but my parents, well, they yell at me all day long about touching my face, and I know it's bad, but I can't help it because it's so painful, and it's really difficult. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off so you don't have to stare at my face. So, yeah. So I can show you guys, if you want, the different makeup. I'm very into makeup, and the stuff that I use to keep my acne from, you know, taking away from my appearance, I guess, during the day when I'm not at home or doing YouTube videos. So I start with Bare Minerals, and I found that when you use like a liquid foundation, it is so thick and really clogs your pores, and it added to my acne. It just made things a lot worse. So I quickly ended that phase of my makeup and went into powders. And, you know, even though powders still are, you know, they go on your face, they might clog your pores, it's not going to be as thick, and it's a lot easier to remove. So I found that powders are the best way to go. So I start with Bare Minerals, and the reason it's so light compared to my skin now is because I bought this in February or March, so the color is what my skin usually looks like in the winter and fall, and now that it's summer, my skin's a lot darker. So I basically will just take a brush and I'll just dab a little and I'll put it on my acne. And you can like see that it really does a great job of taking the redness down. So you can still see the zits, but the redness is a lot less prevalent. And then you put some on your forehead. Wherever you have acne, you can just put some on. And then I take CoverGirl, which is a foundation that's more close to my skin for the summer. And I just take a little bit and I dab it. I dab it on all over my face. All over, just to get an even look, so you know the redness on wherever your acne is doesn't take over your whole face. I just hopped out of the shower, so my skin's a little bit moist and wet. Moist is such a gross word, I don't know why I just used that. So you can see that it's a lot less red, and this is usually how I go out, and it's not great, but it's the best that it's what works for me, and you know, I just want to share with other people that are watching. So yeah, so I'm going to start Accutane in about 2 weeks, so this will be my first video, my introduction. And, you know, I guess every 10 days I'll do another video, show you guys what the deal is. It is summer, so it's going to be, my skin's going to be, I guess, extra sensitive, because I am a lifeguard. I'm going to be out in the sun, so we'll see how that plays into it. But I'm so excited to start, and, you know, I've tried everything else, so hopefully this will be the missing piece to my happiness. And yeah, so stay tuned. Looking forward to sharing this with you guys. Bye.